Hello guys, Gecko Guy 25 here, coming at you with a video. Today I'll be doing a video on ignore the barbell. That's my one of my barbells. I don't know what the other one is. A video on leopard gecko care. So that's what we're going to be focusing on, the topic of the day. I'm going to try to be uploading videos every day for you guys. Today's topic of the day would be leopard gecko care. So let's hop right into some basic information. Leopard geckos originate in the middle central East Asia, in countries like Pakistan, India, Afghanistan, countries like that. I don't know if I remember all of them, but it's in that region, like India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, those countries. They are nocturnal, so most of the time during the day you're just going to see them sleeping in their hide. I don't know if you can see them in there, but I'm just going to turn the flash on for 2 seconds. Crap, that's too bright. But yeah, you can see her in there. But they're mostly going to sleep during the day. So they will come out at night. They are subterranean, which means in the wild they will burrow. So you want a lot of caves and hides to make them feel comfortable. But at night they come out. They are not arboreal, so they can't climb up the glass. So what you're going to want to do for a tank is have more floor space than height. The minimum tank size for a leopard gecko will be a 10-gallon, like this one I have for my male. He is right in here, in this T-Rex peak of view cave thing. He's just sleeping. This flash is extremely bright, but there he is. But the minimum tank size you're going to want to have for a leopard gecko is a 10-gallon. 20-gallon is good, is the minimum for 2 leopard geckos. After you get... I got a text message. Sorry, you guys, but... So, for 2 leopard geckos, minimum will be 20 gallons. For a good rule of thumb is add 5 gallons for every leopard gecko. So 3 leopard geckos could be in a 25-gallon, 30-gallon for another, and then just keep going up. Either 5 or 10 gallons for every leopard gecko. Just to be safe, 10 gallons for every leopard gecko. So for 2 you get 20, 3 you get 30, and then 40 breeder can hold a colony. Now just basic setup. You're going to want 1 hide on the warm side, 1 hide on the cool side, and a moist box if you're breeding or just if they're shedding. I just keep it in there at all times because she likes to just chill in there when it gets a little too hot. She honestly is not as interested in the camera as some of my other YouTube friends. If you've seen any Reptile Den 98's videos, this leopard gecko just comes out at all videos, but my gecko's not as interested in the camera. But I keep a moist box in there at all times. You're going to want a water dish, obviously, and a calcium dish. Now, the calcium I use is Repashy Leopard Gecko Calcium Plus, made by Alan Repashy. And you're also, every few feedings, going to want to put multivitamin in there. I have Reptilife, but I recommend Herptivite and RepCal. This is just what I happen to have on hand. But I'm going to get some different calcium at the expo. Now for heating, you're going to want a heat pad on the hot side. And if it's kind of cool in your house, which it is in mine, it gets down to the low 70s in my house. So you might want a heat bulb. Now do not get like, where did I keep it? A basking bulb like this. That is not going to be good for your leopard gecko. It's too hot. These things will get up to 112 degrees. So what you're going to want to get is an infrared bulb like this one, or a moonlight bulb, or maybe a sunglow bulb, depending. But don't get a sunglow bulb if you have an albino, because they don't like light. The albino leopard geckos don't like a bunch of light. It just really depends on the gecko, but I would just play it safe. They can't see infrared, So I keep this infrared bulb. She can't actually see it, so she'll come out at night, and I can still view her. This is a great bulb for nocturnal viewing. Temperatures, hot side of your leopard gecko enclosure is going to want to be high 80s to low 90s during the day, and the cool side is going to want to be low 80s to high 70s. At night, you're going to want mid 80s on the hot side to low 80s, and then low 70s on the cool side. Because at nighttime, you're going to want it to be a little cooler. Now, at wintertime, some people make the temperatures cooler to promote brumation or hibernation. I personally don't. I just keep it the same temperature, try to keep it warm so they can still be active. I don't feel like brumation is really something I want to get into because, I don't know, I just don't. Yeah, she moved. You can see her tail. But yeah. Now for feeding, they are insectivores, so they'll eat things like superworms. Let me find one for you. There's one. Superworms. I have the flash on. Superworm. Focus. This is a superworm. Or mealworms. Here's one. Yeah, this is actually a small one, but or crickets. Now, here's crickets. Focus. Now they tend to hide a lot, but I make sure to clean out their tub every once in a while, just to keep it clean. And I've heard that crickets give off this gas that kills other crickets. I don't know if that's completely true or not, but that's what I've heard. So for feeding, don't feed them any, let me turn off this flash. Actually, no, I like it on. Don't feed them any, what is it? That's weird, but alright. Don't feed, vegetables, that's it. Sorry, guys, brain freeze. Don't feed vegetables, because they won't eat them. Now, always have a calcium dish available in the tank. That's essential. Always have a calcium dish. I have a calcium dish in both my tanks. You always want to have a calcium dish. That's really important, guys, because they need to get their calcium if they're breeding, or just all the time. They always need calcium. Now, cleaning, you're going to want to clean the tank at least once a week, because I can see they can make a bit of a mess. So, clean the tank about once a week. Now, decor, you can pretty much have anything. I just have a rock. I used to have some plants, but that went in my crested gecko enclosure, which is swaggin'. Yeah, you know it is, but I'm not going to get into that right now. Substrates people use, I don't recommend sand as it will cause impaction. Eco earth isn't great. The more they step on it, the more it gets patted down, so it's not as easily ingested. But I still recommend reptile carpet or paper towels. If you're going to really play it safe, just go with paper towels. But reptile carpet is aesthetically appealing, and it's safe. The only thing you might worry about is toenails coming off, and that doesn't really happen with me. I've never seen that happen. So you don't really have to worry about that too much. But yeah. Now, handling leopard geckos are extremely docile. They love to be handled. So, let me take out my gecko here. I'll let you guys watch. Gotta turn the flash off though, because it's bright. But leopard geckos are extremely docile, so they do not mind being handled. There she is. Leopard geckos, they don't really bite, and if they do, it doesn't hurt. So, I don't know what's up with my lighting. But here she is. She is a hypotangerine. Now, with leopard geckos, there are lots of morphs to choose from. But, you know, you can go with all sorts of different morphs. But they, as you can see, not all love to be handled, but they're extremely just docile. They don't bite. They're just very slow, cumbersome creatures, but they're very beautiful and amazing beginner reptiles. I think they are one of the best beginner reptiles you can get. They're extremely docile. They're not too big. so your family won't be complaining about that. Maximum size for a normal leopard gecko will be about 9 inches, 8 or 9 inches, so not too big. Giants can get up to 10 inches, and super giants can get up to 14 inches. So just make sure you're not getting a giant if your family doesn't love large reptiles. And these geckos just come in so many cool color variations. There's a bit of a glare on her eye, but she's just very pretty. She's my first leopard gecko. Not my first reptile, though. I've had reptiles for years and years. I love reptiles. But leopard geckos are just great animals to have, and they're pretty easy to take care of, not too hard to manage, and they're just gorgeous and amazing animals. I recommend them for anybody, for everybody. Everybody should get a leopard gecko because they are just amazing reptiles. They aren't the biggest, I know, but they are just gorgeous. They have the best personalities, and they're just amazing reptiles to have as pets. And you can pretty much get them anywhere. You can even get them at pet stores, but I don't recommend that. But you can get a leopard gecko pretty much anywhere, which is why I love them. They are the coolest reptiles. So, if you think you could take care of a leopard gecko, which many people can, they're not too hard to take care of, really, then I would definitely go for it. I mean, leopard geckos are just really cool animals. So I've pretty much gone over everything regarding leopard gecko care, and my video is getting kind of long now. So that's going to be it for today's video on leopard gecko care. Thanks for watching, guys. Comment, rate, and subscribe for new videos coming soon. See you guys.